Hi, welcome to today's episode of Men's Kitchen with yours truly, David Pham, aka Megiddy Fat Fat. Today, I will be bringing to you beef casserole. It's sort of like a shepherd's pie, but it's my own rendition of a beef casserole. So, we're going to start with peeling some potatoes and boiling it and creating our own mash. For today's episode, I will be making garlic mashed potato with my own roasted garlics and olive oil that I created on a different day. Let's get started. So rough chop these potatoes real quick using russets today because I had those on hand, and we're just gonna create a nice creamy garlic mashed potato. Just like that. Block them up, throw it into the boiling water. Ooh, wash your hand, don't let it burn. I'm used to the heat though. Bam! Bam! Hope you guys like that. Watch this. Bam! Collect our potatoes. So once you have finished chopping your potatoes, put it in the boiling water and just let it go. Oh, so now after 20 minutes or so of boiling the potatoes, let's check it with my fork. See if it's fork tender. Oh, they break in half right away. It's perfect. It was perfect. Set our fork to the side, and we're gonna drain this over the sink. Do not just pour it right here on the counter to drain. So once we've drained our potatoes, let's add it back. Take my handy dandy spatula, put it into the pot. Next step, it's key, a masher. You want to mash this like ding, like you want to mash my like button later. Thanks guys. Let's get started. So take some of this and just mash, real easy guys. Once it's fork tender, it goes like butter. That's our next step, key, butter. Don't be shy here. Boom, just like that. Melt it up in there. I promise you, these will be good. Melt it up in there, get it all stirred up. Oh, wow. Let me tell you guys a little secret. I smell butter. And it's making my mouth drool, guys. Wowzers. I feel like I need a little bit more potato for this dish. Let's add some more. You know what? Let's add the rest of it. You guys know what that means. More butter. Wow, I definitely need that butter, guys. Why not? The other half will stick too. Oh, just like that. Let it melt out. The heat, the residual heat from the potatoes alone, melt your butter. You do not pre-melt this butter. You don't want to overwork your potatoes either because it creates a gluten. See, it makes your potato like, I don't know, sort of like rubber. So just mix it just enough. Guess what? Guess what we do from here, guys? Secret. I confit some garlic to turn this into a roasted garlic mashed potatoes. Let's add it. Confit garlics. Don't be shy with it. This is where all the flavor is at. Give it a little oil too. You have to use high grade olive oil to do that. Let's transfer this to a more sturdier setting to mash. Wow, that garlic mashed in there. Woo! If you're a vampire, you can't eat this because I can smell it from a mile away. Lastly, guys, I know you guys are thinking, where's the cream, where's the milk? Here it is, heavy cream. Let's add a nice splash in there, and it'll create perfect creamy mashed potatoes. Woo! That's a beautiful smell. Add a little more cream. This is not a calorie-friendly dish. I almost forgot, guys. My salt. Add a pinch of salt, just like that. Sprinkle it in there. A little more, just a little bit, just a tad bit. And there we go. And we are done. Guys, it looks like creamy mashed potatoes. Let me have a little taste for you all. Wow, that's good. Buttery, garlicky, creamy. Woo! I'm gonna add some cheddar cheese to elevate this dish even more. It's a casserole, guys. Take our cheddar and sprinkle it in there. Hey, the more the merrier, right? People love cheese. Let's set that to the side because we're gonna use some to garnish. Don't worry about the cheese not melting because we're just gonna bake this over our casserole that I build next. All right, we set that to the side, and voila, garlic parmesan mashed potatoes with cheddar that I will add garlic parmesan to the top when we finish. So next step, we take our chopped bacon and we saute it. Throw it on our pan. We do not need oil or butter here. The fat from the bacon will give us flavor. Give that a quick saute. You want them to crisp just enough, but not burnt. We're going to use all this bacon fat to make our next step by browning the beef and our veggies all together. So after a few minutes of sauteing and crisping our bacon here, they're nicely golden brown. So we're going to collect it and keep only the fat. Turn your fire down so the grease does not burn. We're going to take our bacon out. All right, from here, we're going to keep that oil. We're going to keep that fire running with our bacon fat and add our ground beef. Like that, plop it up in there. We're going to use this fat to cook it. We're going to brown our beef all the way through. Maybe a couple minutes, like roughly 4 or 5 minutes. As our meat is browning here and it starts to turn no more pink, no longer pink I should say, in my pan, we add some flour. We're going to build a roux out of the fat and the grease that came out of the pork and the beef. Turn our fire down a little bit. Grab our flour. Roughly about 3 tablespoons or so. 1, 2, give it take 3. I eyeball. It's alright, don't worry about it. Give this a quick stir. Turn your fire on just enough to heat this through. Why? Because you don't want that floury taste. You guys got to be able to cook that flour out. So it's going to take a couple minutes and it's going to look like a thick gravy of meat. But that's what you want. That's okay. Because all this is going to tighten later. So, just keep cooking this. Make sure the flour taste is cooked out. After a couple minutes, we'll add our veggies. Today, I'm using diced celery and diced carrots. So, after a few minutes of cooking this with the flour to get rid of that taste, We call it like a brownie. So keep mixing it through, cook out that floury taste, and we're gonna add some seasoning to this. First off, I want some minced garlic here. I have. Garlic is flavor, guys. It gives so much life to every dish that we create. So while this continues to brown up a little bit, let me tell you guys where this dish came from. One of my good friends, Diana here, saw my channel and said, "David, wow, oh my God, I love it when guys cook. How about you make one of these dishes that my family loves?" I was like, absolutely, absolutely. And so she sent it over to me and said, "I want this dish called beef casserole." I was like, "All right, Diana, whatever you wish." Oh, my beef is beginning to brown. So the moral behind that story is, guys, women like guys who can cook. I've been told that by many, many people, many females actually. Not being sexist or anything, but I've been told that. Add our chopped celery here. Stir it in. Add our carrots. Carrots, good beta carotene, guys. Good for your eyeballs. Better sight than mine. Add that in. Oh, it's starting to brown up. Turn the fire down a little bit. Continue to stir this. It's alright if it starts browning at the bottom. You want that. That builds flavor. All the fat from the bacon and the beef came out. Next, grab our Worcestershire. Give it about a tablespoon or so. That's about good enough. Stir that up in there. Oh wow, I can smell it already, guys. I can smell it already. This is the only dish I will not add salt to because we already get the salt from the bacon, so it's already salty. Add some pepper. Bam, 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 bam. Maybe a little more. Bam, bam. Just kidding. Lastly, some beef broth. Always in my kitchen, organic, guys. If you can find it, please. The taste is better, promise you. Return our fire to a little bit medium heat and stir. Collect everything at the bottom. This all meld together. We're gonna be cooking this on the pan, on our fire here, for roughly 20 minutes or so. So it tightens and everything becomes soft. Looks beautiful, but I think I need a little bit more beef broth today. There we go. Just like that. Once this hits a boil, reduce it down to a simmer and let it roll. Set it and forget it for 25 minutes, guys. But don't forget it, please. Don't burn your house down. Oh, I almost forgot my key ingredient, tarragon. My dish would have been a fail without this. It wouldn't have been perfect. Give it take a tablespoon, guys. But I like the smell, so I'm gonna add a little bit more than a tablespoon, just a little bit, maybe a half. At this point, you can even taste it if you want. Let me give it a taste. That's good. All right, guys. Set it for 25 minutes and let it roll. I almost forgot. So while that's boiling, we're gonna add some onions. Dice a quick onion. Add it to our pot. And let it roll. So about after 25 minutes or so of cooking this, it's starting to thicken and tighten, as you can see. But you want just a little bit of liquid left, just a little. Because if you make it too dry here, we won't be able to have any liquid left when it's going in the oven to bake for another 25 minutes at 350 degrees. So we're leaving a little bit of liquid, cut our fire, and plate it into our baking dish. Let's get started. Don't worry guys, it might look a little liquidy now, but after 25 minutes in the oven, everything will congeal and create a thick sauce, becoming a casserole. Stir this around, get all this liquid all mixed up in there, incorporate everything. There you have it guys, the first step of beef casserole, our first layer. Now, next we take our mashed potatoes that we already created and plop it on there, build a nice layer, like about that thick or so, or less if you want, depending on how much I like today. We'll see. And we bake it in the oven until it's golden brown. GBD, golden brown and delicious. Almost forgot here about my rendered bacon earlier. Let's add it to our casserole meat and toss. There we go. I almost forgot the most important part, the bacon. Who forgets bacon in our dish? I can't get over it, guys. Bacon adds so much flavor to any dish. There we have it. My first layer to my beef casserole. So now that our casserole has been built and our mashed potatoes are already done, let's build it together and call it a beef casserole. Shake this out. Oh, you guys see that? Ooey gooiness of the cheddar cheese and the garlic mashed potatoes. Let's build, guys. Let's top it. Take a nice. Oh, just kidding. I did that on purpose. Let's add this more. Wow, look at that. Woo! Maybe need another dollop. Look at that mountain. From here, just build a nice, beautiful circle, guys. Just massage it like you fine woman, you know? Massage it. Just like that. Take pride in your dish. We created this. So, once the potatoes have been put on there, let's smooth it out, guys. Pull everything toward the center. And we smooth out our dish. Get a little fancy circle in the center. There you have it. My rendition of a beef casserole. Lastly, I'll take some cheddar cheese and we'll sprinkle on top. Get a nice little thin layer. You're gonna create a nice browning, just like that. And my secret touch, Parmesan. This goes to the oven, 350 degrees, for roughly 25 minutes, and we have dinner, guys. See you in a bit. So, after 25 minutes of baking in the oven at 350 degrees, we have a golden brown crust. GBD, golden brown and delicious. I wish I could let you guys smell this right now. All that buttery goodness, all that cheese, the casserole underneath, with the beef, the bacon, the carrots, the veggies. Wowzers. To finalize this, before I serve, sprinkle extra layer of Parmesan on there, just like that, and top it with some dry parsley. Give it some color. Bam, 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 bam. Just like that. You can serve this as a main dish and a side dish, but today it's being served as a main dish. If you guys enjoyed that video, hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment below, let me know how you guys do. And lastly, hit that bell notification icon to see my next video. Thanks guys.